Last year for Christmas, I sold them for $13.99 a pound. Today I'm at $23.99 a pound.
Coming up, meat prices on the rise. Which items have taken the biggest hit? Students speak out what Minnesota high school football players did to lose out on their entire season. Plus, how Grand Forks is bracing to do some big business this weekend. Valley News Live at 10 starts right now.
This is Valley News Live at 10.
Good evening, everyone. It's a soggy one for some Friday night football fans. Let's head straight over to Chief Meteorologist Hutch Johnson tonight with a peek at the forecast. Hutch?
Stacy, thank you so much, and good evening, everyone. As we close out our work week on a soggy note, you can see right here along I-94 from the basically the Valley City area all the way out into the Highway 10 territory of the Wadena County area. Some scattered showers and even some more up in northwest Minnesota. It is finally quieting down, though, for the Devil's Lake Basin and the James River Valley. Taking you in closer up in northwest Minnesota, where you see the yellows to oranges, those are some heavy showers from Hallock and Kennedy, straight down through western portions of Marshall County, Minnesota, and northwest Polk County, heading in towards Thief River Falls at this hour. Now, as we look out now here near Park Rapids, we have a area of increased rainfall that extends all the way back. And look at this in the Fargo-Moorhead area, as you saw in the sky cam out there, soggy, soaking showers out there. Several tenths of an inch of rain still on the docket as we head through the overnight hours. And some of us will still have rain by first thing in the morning. Stacy, in a minute, I'll have your hour-by-hour forecast details, and we'll track some warmer weather here in a few minutes.
All right, thanks, Hutch. If you've been to the grocery store lately, you may have noticed a higher price for your favorite cut of meat. Valley News Team's Alex Larson went to find out which products have been affected the most and why it's happening.
The USDA reports beef prices increased 0.6% from July to August this year. This follows a 6-month trend of rising prices for beef.
We say boneless prime ribs, bone-in prime ribs, tenderloin roast, all the good steak cuts did the jump in the fastest.
Despite the high prices, Jenkins says it hasn't deterred customers from buying. Around Christmas, he typically sells almost 30,000 pounds of prime rib.
Last year for Christmas, I sold them for $13.99 a pound. Today I'm at $23.99 a pound, and I'm making 10% margin on that.
Some have found a way around the high prices.
So there's a number of things that we do. The primary thing is we're cutting out the middleman. So instead of unloading their meat off of a freezer truck and into a grocery store and then paying for a big expensive building, you're buying it straight off the truck.
Reynolds says backyard butchers' prices still went up, but not as much as most.
So there's a number of things that we do. The primary thing is we're cutting out the middleman. So instead of unloading their meat off of a freezer truck and into a grocery store and then paying for a big expensive building, you're buying it straight off the truck.
Jenkins says there are many variables on why prices have gone up.
I don't know if anybody could pin it down. It has to do with supply. Has to do with all the restaurants in the United States opened up at the same time after the COVID shutdown, and so all those restaurants had to restock. When you restock like that, it depletes the supply.
Jenkins says with the labor shortage, meat plants are also suffering. There are not enough workers to meet the amount demanded. Alex Larson, Valley News Live.
The USDA predicts meat prices will continue to rise through the rest of 2021. A new list of disturbing and upcoming TikTok trends has come to light, and it's prompting local police departments to warn students not to get involved, or serious criminal charges could be in their future. October's challenge is Smack a Staff Member, which prompts students to walk up to a teacher, slap them, then run away, all while making sure they capture it on camera.
I don't understand it 100% myself. We have a complete and utter lack of civility in our buildings now.
Any student who participates in the challenge could be suspended, if not expelled, and could have charges of assault or sexual harassment brought against them, which police warn could lead to having to register as a sex offender. Disturbing new information about why a Minnesota high school canceled its football season. Students in Proctor say it was a locker room assault, and the video that spread on social media showed 2 football players holding down another player as a third older teammate used an item to sodomize that player held on the ground.
I think it was gross, really gross.
I think that the dude that did it should definitely get punished for what he did.
The school board, superintendent, and police are not talking about what happened, citing privacy laws. The St. Louis County Attorney's Office is waiting for the results of police investigations before deciding on filing charges. Friends of a Minnesota man stuck in Afghanistan keep running into roadblocks to bring him home. Kais, a U.S. citizen, went to visit family in Afghanistan and got stuck after Kabul fell to the Taliban. He's in hiding while he waits, saying it's hard to be there while the Taliban knows he supported U.S. troops.
They will keep beating and they will keep insulting the people who had like a passport and who had a green card.
I feel like it's disappointing that, that we're letting them down.
Lippert says she's gotten no help or response from the State Department, but she has gotten a lead after reaching out to Representative Ilhan Omar's office, which suggested Kais connect with Project Dynamo to help him get home. A flight sponsored by them landed in Chicago yesterday with 116 U.S. citizens and green card holders. The U.S. Department of Justice is making changes to the way federal agents and prosecutors deal with crime victims. This comes in the wake of gross failures by the FBI that were revealed in the investigation of sexual abuse allegations against USA Gymnastics team doctor Larry Nassar. The DOJ announced today it will revise its internal policy manual to ensure prosecutors and investigators are trained on how to assist crime victims and witnesses in line with federal laws. There's a renewed push tonight to bring back your quarters, nickels, and dimes. Coin distribution was disrupted in 2020 by the pandemic, and many consumers are still feeling the effects. However, banks in North Dakota say they've stocked more coins this year so they don't run out.
We have stayed ahead of the curve so that we could basically supply any of our customers. I've even had some non-customers obviously come and get coin from us, which we're very happy to oblige by.
The Federal Reserve reports that the issue is not a lack of coins, but interruptions in coin circulation patterns. The U.S. Mint produced more coins this year than pre-pandemic. Thousands of people are making their way to Grand Forks this weekend, bringing millions of dollars into the city's economy. A welcome crowd, especially after last year was hampered by the pandemic. Valley News Team's Aaron Walling brings us this story.
So we've got a lot of hands on deck tonight.
The local economy for Grand Forks is getting a major boost this weekend as they play host to numerous events. The Alerus Center is packed with thousands of people tonight for the Eric Church concert. Tomorrow, hosting the mega matchup between UND and Bison football.
And cleaning the facility because it is going to be quite messy after we have 14,000 Eric Church fans in here. So it's going to be an all-nighter for our team.
According to the CEO and president for the Chamber of Commerce in Grand Forks and East Grand Forks, weekends like this bring in millions of dollars. And it means a lot to those that live in the area after dealing with the COVID-19 pandemic last year.
Well, it's really exciting. Grand Forks is really glad to be back live. We've had events now for several weekends in a row, and it's just been fantastic to see that many people around town.
We're so thankful. Our team is amazing. Honestly, all of our full-time and part-time staff, the city of Grand Forks, so many of our vendors that are even here helping us that are going above and beyond to make it happen.
The economy is already feeling the effects of events returning. 2 weeks ago, the Luke Combs concert brought in 21,000 people, along with millions of dollars. Hotels in the area are also slam full.
And seeing the restaurants and hotels and these big venues full like this again, it's really refreshing. It's really exciting. People are optimistic. People are positive.
In Grand Forks, Aaron Walling, Valley News Live.
UND football take on the Bison tomorrow at 2 p.m. at the Alerus Center. The Cheyenne Mustangs turning tonight's matchup against Minot into a memorial. At the football game, along with a senior walk and memorial celebration, dozens of people wore customized shirts in honor of Ben Merck, who died from ALS as a Cheyenne sophomore just a month after being diagnosed. He would have been a senior this year. From the stands to the field, Beth and Devin are working to bring you the highlights and scores from across the region. That's still to come here on Valley News Live at 10.
Soggy showers continuing in the FM area as we're getting another good dose making its way through. Here are a few reports as of the 10 o'clock hour on this Friday night. We'll have hour-by-hour details on continued rain chances through the overnight into Saturday morning coming up right after this.